Om Namo Bhagavate Sri Ramanaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Sri Ramanaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Sri Ramanaya. We offer our salutations to Ramana, who shines as the self in all beings. And we begin the Saturday Satsang with a prayer by Srimati Sapna Ganesh that will be followed by the chanting of the Muktaka trayam by Revathi Shankar.
दक्षिणामूर्तिसारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमां रमणाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् शुक्लां भरधरं विष्णुं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये आङ्गिकं भुवनं यस्य वाचिकं सर्ववाङ्मयम् आहार्यं चन्द्रतारादि तं नमः सात्विकं शिवम् ॐ नमो भगवते श्रीरमणाय. Namo Ramana to everyone.
You're on mute, Revathi.
Can you hear me? Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, now we can.
Om Namo Bhagavate Sri Ramanaya. Ekamaksharam Hridi Nirantaram Bhate Swayam Likhyate Katham Hridaya Kuhara Madhye Kevalam Brahma Matram Hyaham Aham
Ramana
Ekamaksharam Hridi Nirantaram Bhasate Swayam Likhyate Katham Hridaya Kuhara Madhye Kevalam Brahma Matram Hyaham Sakshat Atmarupe Vidaati Siddhivishamanasa Swam Chindata Charata Sarodha Atmanishto Deham Chadapatam Aham Dhirnatasya Sthito नाहं तत्तदभावसुप्तिसमये सिद्धात्मसद्भावतः आहरित कुतो वरधिया दृष्ट्वात्मनिष्ठा सो स्फूर्तितया अरुणाचल शिवः पूर्णो विभाति स्वयं सो स्फूर्तितया अरुणाचल शिवः पूर्णो विभाति स्वयं. ओ रमण.
हृत्स्थले मनः स्वस्थता क्रिया भक्तियोगबोधाश्च निश्चितम् वायुरोधना लीयते मनः जालपक्षिवद्रोदसादनम् चित्तवायवश्चित्क्रियायुताः शाकयोर्द्वयी शक्तिमूलक लयविनाशने उभयरोदने लयगतं पुनर्भवति नोऽमृतम् प्राणबन्धनालीनमानसम् एकचिन्तनानाशमेत्यद नष्टमानसो उत्कृष्टयोगिन कृत्यमस्ति किं स्वस्तितिं यत दृश्यवारितं चित्तमात्मन चित्वदर्शनं तत्त्वदर्शनं मानसं तु किं मार्गणे कृते नैव मानसं मार्ग आर्जवात् वृत्तयस्त्व अहं वृत्तिमाश्रिताः वृत्तयो मनो विद्यहं मनः अहमयं कुतो भवति चिन्वत ऐपतत्यहं निजविचारणम् अहमिनाशभाजहमहं तय स्फुरति हृत्स्वयं परमपूर्णस. Namo Ramana. In this part of the satsang, we have the offerings of Ramananjali Sangeetam. Today's offering will begin with the offering by Srimati V.Radha. That will be followed by Ramananjali offering by Savitri, Krishnan and Jaisriram Krishnan, followed by Kumari Revathi Shankar's offering of Ramananjali Sangeetam.
Namo Ramana to all. This is the Margadi month, the joyous month for all of us that Bhagavan has taken the avataram and blessing us throughout and gracing his grace on us, pouring his grace on us. And it is the time to sing the Tiruvembavai and Empavai. Today I have opted to sing an Empavai written by Sri Sadhuvam Swami, and the music is by Dr. Rajkumar Bharati. சித்திரமேயான ஜகத்தோற்றத்தே மயங்கி பத்திரமானின்ற ஆன்மாவை மறந்து சித்திரமேயான ஜகத்தோற்றத்தே மயங்கி நித்திரமானின்ற ஆன்மாவை மறந்து அழியாம் முக்தி பெறற்கன்றி முயன்றுலக மோக சுகம் முக்தி பெறற்கன்றி முயன்றுலக மோக சுகம் நத்தி உழன்ற நனாக்கனவாம் முக்தி பெறற்கன்றி முயன்றுலக மோக சுகம் நத்தி உழன்ற நனாக்கனவாம் நித்திரை நீ செய்ததுவும் போதாதோ நித்திரை நீ செய்ததுவும் போதாதோ நிக்கமிலா சத்தறிவானந்த சதோதயமா ஸ்ரீரமணாதித்தன் ஸ்ரீரமணாதித்தன் சத்தறிவானந்த சதோதயமாய் ஸ்ரீரமணாதித்தன் ஸ்ரீரமணாதித்தன் அருணாச்சலத்தெழுந்தான் அருணாச்சலத்தெழுந்தான் செல்வினே புத்தி தெளிந்து புகழேலோரெம்பவாய் புத்தி தெளிந்து புகழேலோரெம்பவாய் 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 ஸ்ரீரமணாதித்தன் 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 நமோ ரமணா.
Since we have the Ramana, yes. Since we have the Ramana Jayanti approaching, let us remember the auspicious parents, Alagammal and Sundaramaya. Is Revathi ready? Yes, we'll have the offering by Revathi Shankar.
Hello.
Yes, we are able to hear you, Revathi, but there's a issue with the network, but we can hear you. Hello.
Om Namo Bhagavate Sri Ramanaya.
Jaisriram. Hello.
I was saying,
Hello.
we are in the month of Bhagavan's birth. And Bhagavan's grace, Bhagavan Ramana's grace, has been flowing like the Ganges. And the Ganges, my Ganga Maya, she flows from the Himalayas to the ocean. And when she does that, she helps a lot of people it is seen that so many people get the benefits of the flowing of Ganga. Does she think that she has to help others and flow? She just flows. She just bees. She, by being herself, she gives happiness to everybody. That is the part which Bhagavan Ramana has also shown us. By being in the self, he flows into each individual, into each atom on this earth, and gives us that grace. And that grace was born in Tiruchuri as Venkatraman. And that grace went to Madurai, and it was there where he got enlightenment, and he won over the fear of death and became the one without any kind of fear, without any kind of temptation. There the grace flowed to Arunachala on the call of Arunachala. From when he was born, he had that spurana of Arunachala in his heart. And with that spurana, holding on to it, he came and stayed in Arunachala. And till date, we can feel his grace in Arunachala. About 100 years, more than 100 years back, this grace showed the drama of the enlightenment, the drama of facing Lord Yama and winning over him. And this drama has made an impact on so many lives, and it will keep on having that impact for more and more years to come. And that grace, that flow of Ramana's grace is there in each one of our hearts. This is the grace of this is the grace of peace. This is the grace of light. This is the grace of enlightenment. This is there in each one of our hearts. And this is the test of everything. Ramana Hole, Sri Ramana Hole, Ramana Hole, Sri Ramana Hole, Ramana Hole, Sri Ramana Hole, Musaguriyane Busahar Pradapri Atmami Yato Tadana Bajoti Apurna Play Chimut Tushabra Role Atma Vicharada Radiya Torut Yanada Jyotiya Purna Hole Iduramana Hole Sri Ramana Hole Ramana Hole Sri Ramana Hole ತಿರುಚುಳಿಯಲೆದ್ದು ಮಧುರೆಗೆ ಬಂದು ಮರಣ ಬಗೆದ್ದ ಜ್ಞಾನ ಹೊಳೆ ಅರುಣಾಚಲದ ಸ್ಮರಣೆ ಮುಕ್ತಿ ಅರುಣೆಗೆ ಸೇರಿದ ಭಕ್ತಿ ಹೊಳೆ ತಿರುಚುಳಿಯಲೆದ್ದು ಮಧುರೆಗೆ ಬಂದು ಮರಣ ಬಗೆದ್ದ ಜ್ಞಾನ ಹೊಳೆ ಅರುಣಾಚಲದ ಸ್ಮರಣೆ ಮುಟ್ಟಿ ಅರುಣೆಗೆ ಸೇರಿದ ಭಕ್ತಿ ಹೊಳೆ ರಮಣ ಹೊಳೆ Sri Ramana Hole, Ramana Hole, Sri Ramana Hole. Shatavarsha Hinde Jnananubhava ನೆನೆಸಿದ ಸತ್ಯ ಹೊಳೆ ಶತಕೋಟಿ ಯುಗಕ್ಕೂ ಜ್ಞಾನ ಬೆಳಕಾಗಿ ಹೃದಯದೆ ನೆಲೆಸುವ ರಮಣ ಹೊಳೆ ಶತವರುಷ ಹಿಂದೆ ಜ್ಞಾನಾನುಭವದ ಸಹಜದೆ ನೆಲೆಸಿದ ಸತ್ಯ ಹೊಳೆ ಶತಕೋಟಿ ಯುಗಕ್ಕೂ ಜ್ಞಾನ ಬೆಳಕಾಗಿ ಹೃದಯದೆ ನೆಲೆಸುವ ರಮಣ ಹೊಳೆ ಇದು ಪ್ರೀತಿ ಹೊಳೆ ರಮಣ ಹೊಳೆ ಇದು ಶಾಂತಿ ಹೊಳೆ ರಮಣ ಹೊಳೆ ಇದು ಜ್ಞಾನ ಹೊಳೆ ರಮಣ ಹೊಳೆ ಅಂತರಂಗದ ಮಧುರ ಕರೆ ಅಂತರಂಗದ ಮಧುರ ಕರೆ ರಮಣ ಹೊಳೆ ಶ್ರೀ ರಮಣ ಹೊಳೆ ರಮಣ ಹೊಳೆ ಶ್ರೀ ರಮಣ ಹೊಳೆ ಇದು ರಮಣ ಹೊಳೆ ರಮಣ ಹೊಳೆ ಇದು ರಮಣ ಹೊಳೆ ರಮಣ ಹೊಳೆ ಇದು ರಮಣ ಹೊಳೆ ರಮಣ ಹೊಳೆ ಇದು ರಮಣ ಹೊಳೆ. ನಮೋ ರಮಣ.
Namo Ramana. I request Savitri Krishnan and Jaisriram Krishnan to offer the Ramananjali Sangeetam.
अचल की जय जय आर्य की जय जय अचल की जय जय आर्य की जय जय सत्य ज्ञान सम्राट की जय जय दुखों की जड़ जन्म व्याधि के राम बाण उपचार की जय जय अचल की जय जय आर्य की जय जय अचल की जय जय आर्य की जय जय दुर्लभ होते हुए सुलभ जो और सुलभता में दुर्लभ जो दुर्लभ होते हुए सुलभ जो और सुलभता में दुर्लभ जो तेजोमय अभिराम की जय जय अचल की जय जय आर्य की जय जय अचल की जय जय आर्य की जय जय देह में व्यापे प्राण की जय जय प्राण की वाहक देह की जय जय देह में व्यापे प्राण की जय जय प्राण की वाहक देह की जय जय तेज प्राण की सीमाओं से पार परम चैतन्य की जय जय अचल की जय जय आर्य की जय जय अचल की जय जय आर्य की जय जय रमण की वेंकट रमण 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 की जय जय रमण की जय जय रमण की जय जय रमण की जय जय रमण की जय जय. ओम नमो भगवते श्री रमणाय.
Namo Ramana. In the next part of the satsang, we will meditate on the self-enquiry and practice self-enquiry. This session will be led by Sri Dileep Simha ji.
Namo Ramana. Dhyayet Sharadachandra Sundaramukam Tamradavindeshanam Bhaktabhishtavarabhayapradakaram Kaupinamatrojvalam Svatmanandarasanubhuti vivasham Sarvanavatyankakam Shrimantam Shri Ramaneshwaram Guruvaram Yogasanadhyasitam Dhyayet Shri Ramaneshwaram. Dhyayet Shri Ramaneshwaram. Dhyayet Shri Ramaneshwaram. Hridaya Kuhara Madhye Kevalam Brahmamatram Yahamahamiti Sakshatatmarupena Bhati Hridivishamanasa Swam Chingvata Majjatava Pavana Chalanarodha Atmanishto Bhavatvam. Namo Ramana. We will commence the Atma Vicharam by listening and meditating on Bhagavan's Upadesham. I will be reading his Upadesham from the book Guru Vachaka Kovai, from the chapter Meditation of the Truth, and the topic is Knowledge of Reality. Verse 868. Sahaja Samadhi, which is Sattva Mauna, the silence of Sattva, is perfection in the knowledge of reality. I repeat, Sahaja Samadhi, which is Sattva Mauna, the silence of Sattva, is perfection in the knowledge of reality. What Bhagavan teaches is the naturality of things. The Sahaja Samadhi, when we talk about, that has to be natural. And if somebody has to ask me what is natural, in fact, there was an inquiry about it. What is so natural in the morning? And I was explaining that when somebody asks you, are you a human, you need not have to confirm with somebody. You are so naturally aware that you are a human. In a similar way, the Sahaja Samadhi is something which is very natural to oneself. And then the question was, then how do I realize it? Then the obvious question is, does somebody has to realize that he is a human? Does somebody has to tell him? Doesn't he feel it so naturally? In a similar way, there will be a realization that there is the nature of one's own self is that of Sahaja Samadhi. And if you want to explain what Samadhi is, it is about consciously sleeping, where one is absolutely having no objects there to experience, but one is conscious of it. And such a Samadhi, when is recognized as to be one's own natural truth, then that becomes Sahaja Samadhi. Now, to recognize that such is one's own natural truth, obviously one has to have the experience of it. Like we have to have had the experience of being a human being. Whatever it is, to have an experience with this body and with the nature of this, to recognize that one is a human being. In a similar way, the Samadhi experience and the naturality of it has to be experienced. And Bhagavan goes on to say that this is nothing but the Sattva mind. And Muruganatha Swami further explains that though in Sahaja Samadhi, the mind has transcended all the three gunas of the Sattva, Rajas and Tamas, it is still regarded as Sattva mind because Sattva is harmony or purity itself. Sat is the truth. So Bhagavan here is going on to make it very clear that such a Sahaja Samadhi is the perfection of knowledge of reality. Now, how is one to get there becomes the question. In the Gnana Marga, in the Atma Vichara Marga, it is that because it is the Shuka Marga, it is the direct path to the reality. When we keep on inquiring every thought, to whom is this, and recognizing it is for me, and then further inquiring who am I, and really trying to find out what we really refer to as I. As we keep on practicing with every thought, consciously, the consciousness will turn away from thoughts and start attending to the self. The question, who am I, takes us by the grace of Bhagavan to make us dip in that reality, in that sattva, the natural truth. And by repeated practice, there will be a conscious recognition of the truth and a less and less interest towards the objects which rise in the form of thoughts, or we can say, whenever thought rises, there will be an imaginary object associated with it. So the less and less we are indulging with the thought, the less and less we will be indulging with the object, and therefore less and less will be our attraction towards the object. So as the practice goes on, the mind becomes purer and purer, and we will have less and less thoughts and less disturbing thoughts. And as we keep on still further practicing the self-enquiry, even these thoughts, we start to experience that they are not the reality. The reality is always there, ever present, without any change in it. And the more and more we start our attention, start putting the mind starts moving towards the reality and less towards the objects or the thoughts, the more and more it becomes clearer and clearer that there is nothing much to be achieved by holding on to any objects or any thoughts. The more and more joyous experience is naturally in the self. And this goes on, the degree of the clarity towards being more associated with the self and less associated with the object goes on until all objective experiences vanish, and then the self alone is seen and experienced at all times. Then the mind has become completely pure, sattva. It has reached its natural truth, where there is no objectifying thoughts rising in it anymore. Or as Buddha goes on to say, that all the objects which are required for the construction of this life or the universe just gets absorbed in the truth. The truth alone remains. So such a truth is then seen to be naturally the form or naturally the way it is for all, for not only for the one who is experiencing, but that is the reality of one and all, or that one alone, that one truth alone is. So that Sahaja Samadhi will be experienced as to be so natural, and it is the one which is giving reality to everything. It is the one through which we are recognizing everything, and therefore what we say, everything is nothing but the reality and that truth itself. So the sahaja becomes so natural, effortless. And until such time, Bhagavan says that we need to carry on with the vichara. And this vichara is the only way for us to cleanse our whole baggage of delusion, of ignorant knowledge. So we need to keep on doing it. And more we keep on practicing the self-enquiry, the more and more it becomes these unwanted things, because we constantly move the attention away from them to the reality, the more and more it becomes clearer and clearer. And as and when all of our prarabdha gets washed away, then the truth alone will remain, and that truth will be seen to be the pure mind or the sattva mind, wherein the samadhi, the sahaja samadhi, is seen to be naturally present. Until such time, Bhagavan says that we should keep on practicing Atma Vichara. Whenever thought or any objective experience rises in us, instead of getting carried away by that, no matter how many experiences rise, how many thoughts rise, if we keep on inquiring to whom is this, and then further recognize it is for me, and then inquire who am I, by the grace of the Master, we move our attention, the mind, away from objects, back to the source. And with repeated practice, Bhagavan assures that the Sahaja Samadhi will be recognized as one's own natural truth. With Bhagavan's immense grace, for the next 10 minutes, let us practice Atma Vichara. Namo Bhagavate Sri Ramana.
Namo Ramana. We will now have the sharing by Sri Venkatesh Deshpande ji.
Oh, Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Bhunattu Sahaviryam Karvavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha Gurur Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Jnanamulam Gurur Murtihi Pujamulam Gurur Padam Mantramulam Gurur Vakyam Mokshamulam Gurur Kripaha. Mokshamulam Gurur Kripaha. We're doing Manana on Atma Bodha. In the last satsang, we did Manana on verse number 62. We'll do a quick recap of that. Pervading and illuminating the entire universe, internally and externally, Brahman shines by itself like a red-hot ball in fire. The procedure of negating the terrestrial world to reach the transcendental reality suggests the idea of duality. The concept of duality is further strengthened by describing reality as the illuminator of all the luminaries. To remove such a misconception, this verse and the next few attempt to establish the non-dual Advaita nature of reality. Brahman pervades everywhere, in the universe and beyond it as well, permeating the universe. Brahman expresses itself as existence, Sat, in inert objects, as intelligence, Chit, in living beings, in their waking and dream conditions, and as bliss, Ananda, in their deep sleep condition. Beyond these expressions of Brahman, which are manifest in the universe, Brahman also exists in its pure, manifest form. The metaphor of an iron ball in the fire illustrates this idea. An iron ball placed in fire acquires the qualities of fire and glows like fire itself. The properties of the property, the qualities of the fire and glows like the fire itself. The properties of fire, like heat, light, etc., are seen manifest in that red hot ball. Similarly, Brahman permeates the whole universe as existence, knowledge, bliss, and also exists beyond the realm of the universe in its unmanifest form. So we'll do Manana on verse number 63, and I request Sapna to kindly chant the same for us.
Yes, sir. Jagadvilakshana Brahma Brahmannonyam na kinchana Brahmanyadbhati chenmitya yatha marumarichika. Jagadvilakshana Brahma Brahmannonyam na kinchana ब्रह्मान्यद्भवति चेन्मिथ्या यथा मरुमरीचिका. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Sapna. Brahman is other than the universe. There exists nothing that's not Brahman. If anything other than Brahman is seen, it is unreal like a mirage. The metaphor of the red-hot iron ball introduces the nature of the non-duality Advaita of Brahman. But this comparison leaves an impression that, like the iron ball, the universe has an independent existence of its own, which upon contact with the reality becomes one with it. This lingering impression of duality is also removed by comparing the universe to a mirage. In the example of the mirage, a traveler sees water where there is only hot sand in the desert. In fact, there exists nothing other than the expanse of the desert. If he sees anything else besides the desert sand, it is an illusion. Similarly, the ignorant perceives the universe, but the non-dual imperishable Brahman is something other than the pluralistic perishable universe. There exists nothing other than Brahman. If there appears anything which is not Brahman, it is an illusion like the mirage. An interesting aspect of the metaphor is that the mirage has no independent existence of its own apart from the desert. Very important point. An interesting aspect of the metaphor is that the mirage has no independent existence of its own apart from the desert. The desert is the substratum on which the illusion lasts. Similarly, the universe has no separate existence apart from the Brahman. The entire universe is a mere illusory projection upon the one reality. Brahman is described in the scriptures as Satyam, reality, and the universe as Mithya. Brahman Satyam, Jagat Mithya. Satyam, reality, is that which exists permanently, that is, in the past, present, and the future. It is compared to a desert. Mithya, illusion, is that which does not exist in the past nor in the future, but appears to exist temporarily in the present. Very important. It is compared to a desert. Mithya, illusion, is that which does not exist in the past nor in the future, but appears to exist temporarily in the present. This relates to the mirage in the above illustration. Om Namo Bhagavate Sri Ramanaya. Namo Ramana.
Yes. Ramana. In this part of the satsang, we are meditating on the verses of Arunachala Navamani Malai written by Bhagavan Ramana. We are meditating on the second verse where Bhagavan says, Satya Chit Sukha Manre Para Uirshareikiyam Satya Chit Sukha Manre Para Uirshareikiyam Artha Attattvamasi Aruna Porula Achalate Arthamganamad Vagum Shev Vadaga Aroliyam Muktininaika Arul Arunachala Munnidave Satya Chitsukamandri Para Uirshareikiyam Artham Tat Attattvamasi Aruna Porulam अचलत् अर्थं घनमद् वागुंष्य वाडग आरोळियाम् मुक्ति निनैक अरुள் अरुणाचलम् उन्निडवे. The meaning of this, translated by Ji Kameshwarji, says Sat Chit Sukha, that is being, awareness, bliss. Individual God oneness, that is Para Uir Sar Aikyam. That you are Maxim, Tattvamasi, the phrase from the Upanishads and the Vedas. The term Aruna conveys these. Achala means solid, full, red gold sunness. Arunachala, whose mere thought grants release, enquire and know. Here, this Ramana says that Arunachala, the meaning of Aruna is Sat, Chit and Ananda, and it also means the union of the Jivatma and Paramatma, and it is also the import of that maxim from the Veda, the Mahavakya, Tattvam Asi, that you are. And what is the meaning of Achala? All these tattva, which we think it's abstract, it has taken a ghana rupa, a rupa that is full, that rupa that is beautiful, and it has come in that form as the red mountain, Aroli, and that Arunachala bestows mukti, liberation to all those who just remember it. Here we were reading a translation where Ji Kameshwarji says that a devotee, Sri Vishwanatha Swami, says, Aruna. These letters Bhagavan interprets as Satchit Ananda, not arbitrarily. A is the beginning of the alphabet, the very first sound, A. What is that? The beginning is at the middle and is at the end. That is everything. That is the origin. A. That is Sat. The Ru or Ra is Agni Bijam, the root sound of fire. Here it is the fire of consciousness, Chit. Na is Sanskrit in Ananda. Na in Sanskrit means Ananda. It attracts all human beings. Ananda Swarupa. So, Bhagavan says, Satchit Ananda is Aruna. Achala means not moving. That which is finite can move. There is no movement for the infinite. Satyam, Jnanam, Anantam, Brahma, Satchit Ananda. That is the meaning of Arunachala. I remember the recent the sharing by Dr. Ambika Kameshwar, where she was talking about the Maha Mantra Om Namo Bhagavate Sri Ramanaya. And she told a devotee had written the Na is another name for the Brahman. The Brahman, which is Nirguna Brahman, which is Satyam, Anantam, Jnanam, Brahma, Satchit, Ananda. It is also called Na. And here Vishwanatha Swami says, Na is Ananda, which attracts everyone. So we have this Aruna, meaning all these beautiful things. And he also says, here Michael James in The Power of Arunachala says that Bhagavan has never given any mantra diksha, but here in this verse, it is as if he is giving us the mantra Arunachala. Because he tells that when a mantra is given, each word is split and the meaning and significance of each word is taught to the disciple. And then the mantra is chanted and the student is initiated in that mantra. And here Ramana is explaining every letter in this Arunachala mantra and telling us that if you keep chanting this mantra, you will be liberated. I'm reminded of the story of Shabari when his guru is calling all his children and he says, I'm going to drop my body and I'm going to attain Mahasamadhi. Ask me whatever you want. And all the students will come and say, I want this, I want jnanam, I want money, I want power, I want this, I want that, everything they're asking. And the Rishi is wondering, I am having this greatest wealth with me, the greatest knowledge with me. Nobody is accepting this, nobody is wanting this. So when he is meditating, he was worrying like this, he calls Shabari. Shabari is an innocent tribal girl who has come and surrendered herself to the Guru, and she's staying in the ashrama doing the little works. And she says, what? Guru is calling me? And the Guru says, ask whatever you want, O Shabari. And Shabari says, Swami, I do not know anything. I am so foolish. I am so ignorant. Whatever you feel is precious. Whatever you feel that I deserve, you please give that. And the Rishi gives the Maha Mantra, Rama Mantra, Rama, Rama, Rama. And he says, keep chanting this mantra. One day Rama will come. This is what he told. And he disappeared into the universal consciousness. And Shabari was wondering. She had full faith in the Guru's Vakya. So she kept on chanting Rama, 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 Rama. And every day she thought, today is the day Rama is going to come. So every day she used to pluck new flowers, pluck new fruits and wait for Rama to come. And all her free time she was chanting this Rama mantra. And from the young girl, she became a teenager, then later she grew old. Even then, she continued to chant the Rama mantra, and she was very, very sure. She had full faith in the words of the Guru that Rama will come. There's a beautiful conversation which is presented by the artist, the special artist of Ramana Satsang Alaya Rasa in one of their dance productions, dance drama production, where the squirrels, the parrot, and the deer, they all surround Shabari Pati. And they are asking, Shabari Pati, who is this Rama? You keep chanting his name all the time. You are waiting for him. Who is this Rama? And Shabari Pati says, Rama is the Lord of the universe. Then all the animals, they ask, Shabari Pati, when is he going to come? You are waiting from your young age, you are waiting, but Rama has never come. I don't think he will come. So Shabari Pati says, the Rama is taking care of the whole universe. Doesn't he know the right time to come here? He is the master of proper placement and timing. He is doing everything properly at the proper time. Everything is happening so beautifully. And will he not know when to come? And they all ask, Shabari Pati, are you not bored of waiting and chanting this name? Then Pati says, why should I get bored? This is so sweet, Nama of the divine. I'm chanting it. It gives me so much of joy. If you have any other sweet or any other food, after eating, we feel, okay, enough. My stomach is full. I can't have even a morsel. But this Rama Nama it never, you don't feel ever bored of it. You don't feel it is enough. You keep chanting more and more of this Nama. And one day, Rama and Lakshmana came and knocked the door of Shabari. And Shabari welcomed Rama and she served him with flowers, and she tasted the fruits and only gave the sweet fruits to Rama. And Rama, it is told that he referred Shabri as, oh, Mrudu Bhashi. No, nothing spoken, but he told, oh, Mrudu Bhashi, how is your sadhana going on? How is your tapasya going on? And Shabri says, oh Rama, today I have found the fruit for my tapasya. I have been doing this as full faith in my Guru's words. I have been chanting your name, and you have come. I have attained the fulfillment of my tapasya. And then she prostrated to Rama, and before that, even she guided Rama, telling that you go to such a jnani, such a great tapasvi. They have this great intuition. So she guided Rama to go to Sugriva and make friendship with Sugriva and Rishyamukha Parvata, and he will help in getting Sita back. So he blessed Rama that his mission will be successful. And then she surrendered to Rama, and in a moment she attained the supreme liberation. That's why we celebrate Shabari Moksha. And just in that way, Ramana is giving us this Arunachala Nama, and he is telling, chant, chant this Nama, chant this Nama, and this Nama will surely liberate you, because Arunachala Smarana, Smaranat Arunachala, it bestows mukti to those who remember. And these words are from Ramana, who was completely soaked in this Nama. We all have heard of this one story which is attributed to Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, some attributed to Gandhiji also. One father brought one child and told, Swami, please advise my son. He's always eating sweets all the time. Please advise him. Then Swamiji Ramakrishna Paramahamsa told, please take him back. Come back after 1 month, and then I will advise him. So the father goes back, and they come back after 1 month. And Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, he advises him, oh, little boy, do not eat too much of sweet. Too much of sweet may spoil your teeth, and it may later in your life give you diabetes and all these problems. So he advised that little boy, and he sent him back. The father asked, Swami, you would have done this on that day, first day when I came. Why did you make me wait for 1 month? Then Swamiji says, even I was addicted to sweet. Even I used to eat sweet all the time. So this 1 month, I had to practice being away from the sweet. Then alone, my advice would have, my Upadesha would have borne any fruits. So the tapasya is required from my part. If I don't follow and I am giving Upadesha to others, that may never fructify. So there's this beautiful story, but here we have the example of Ramana, who was born with the constant remembrance of Arunachala. He was ever, the Arunachala Spurana was throbbing in his heart, even from his infancy. He says, even before I knew anything, the Arunachala Spurana was there. And Arunachala Spurana appeared in the form of a relative and told, Arunachala is a place on earth. It can be attained here and now. Jivastu Daivika. You can attain that Arunachala here and now. And that Arunachala Spurana drew him within with the fear of death, and made him understand that he is not this body which dies, but he is that Spurana, that Arunachala, that heart which is ever shining as I, like the dynamo, like the source of the power. It is the current, the avesham. And that very same Arunachala brought him to the physical presence of Arunachala. Ramana in Ashtakam says, when I came to Arunachala, I understood what was Arunachala. I saw what Arunachala actually meant. When I saw Arunachala, There was not even a thought that I did not see Arunachala, and neither was a thought that I saw Arunachala. In that Achala Tattva, I was abiding. So says Bhagavan. And the one who is ever abiding in Arunachala, when he has given this Nama to us, the only thing that we need to do is have full faith in Bhagavan's words. Bhagavan says, if I have spoken, it would have been spoken by some rishi in our tradition and scriptures. So if it is not spoken by a rishi or a Upanishad or Vedas, this mouth will not speak, says Bhagavan. So whatever Bhagavan has spoken is the essence of all the Veda and Vedanta. Tattvamasi Puralam. It is the essence of Tattvam Asi. So let us hold on to this Nama. What is this Arunachala? Arunachala is the heart. So Ramana gives the Upadesha in Aksharamanamalai first verse. Arunachalamena ahame ninaippவர் ahattai வேறறுப்பாய் Arunachala. Think of Arunachala as your very heart. Think of Arunachala in the heart, or the other meaning is think of Arunachala itself as your heart. That will destroy your ego. And when the ego is destroyed, you are liberated. And that liberation will be bestowed, says Bhagavan Ramana. So let us have faith in this Nama which Bhagavan has given us, the Upadesha, and let us chant it and attain liberation. Om Namo Bhagavate Sri Ramanaya. We continue with the sharing of Ramana Ashtottara by Dr. Sarada. Dr. Sarada is not able to join us today, so we will continue with the chanting of Arunachala Aksharamanamalai, a few verses by Srimati V.Radha.
Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala. Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala. தேடாதுற்றனல் திருவருணிதியக தியக்கம் தீர்த்தருள் அருணாச்சலா தைரியமோடு முன்மெய்யக நாடயன் தட்டழிந்தேன் அருள் அருணாச்சலா தொட்டருள் கைமை கட்டிடாயெனிலிய நட்டமாவேன் அருள் அருணாச்சலாம் தோடமில் நீயாக தோடொன்றி என்றும் சந்தோடம் ஒன்றிட அருள் அருணாச்சலாம் நகைக்கிடவில்லை நின் நாடிய என அருள் நகையிட்டு பார் நீ அருணாச்சலாம் நாணிலை நாடிட நானாயொன்றி நீ சாணுவ நின்றனை அருணாச்சலாம் நின்னெறி எரித்தென்னை நீராக்கிடும் முன் நின்னருள் மழை பொழி அருணாச்சலாம் நீனானர புலி நிதங்களி மயமா நின்றிட நிலையருள் அருணாச்சலாம் நுண்ணுரு உன்னையான் விண்ணுரு நன்னிட என்னலையிரும் என்றருணாச்சலா நூலறிவறியா பேதையன் எந்தன் மாலறிவர் தருளருணாச்சலாம் நெக்கு நெக்குருகியான் புக்கிட உன்னை புகனக்க நான் இன்றனை அருணாச்சலாம் நேசமில் எனக்கு முன் ஆசையை காட்டி நீ மோசம் செய்யாதருள் அருணாச்சலா அருணாச்சல சிவ அருணாச்சல சிவ அருணாச்சல சிவ 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 அருணாச்சலா அருணாச்சல சிவ அருணாச்சலா अरुणाचल शिव अरुणाचला अरुणाचलं வாழி அன்பர்களும் வாழி அக்ஷரமணமாலை வாழி. நமோ ரமண.
Namo Ramana. We conclude today's satsang with the offering of Ramana Ashtottara puja to Bhagavan at Sri Dileep Simha sir's altar, and the chanting of the Ashtottaram will be by Prarthana ji and Vaibhavji. Om Namo Bhagavate Sri Ramanaya.
नमो रमण. भारद्वाज विश्वनाथ विरचितं श्री रमणाष्टोत्तर शतनामावलिः अपार सच्चित् सुखवारिराशे यस्योर्मि मात्रं भुवनं समस्तं गुहाहितं तं रमणं गभीरं चिन्ताविहीनं हृदि चिन्तयामि. महासेन महंसेन जाताय नमः. ॐ श्रीरमणाय नमः. ॐ गुरवे नमः. ॐ अखण्ड संविदाकाराय नमः. ॐ महौजसे नमः. ॐ कारणोद्भवाय नमः. ॐ जगद्धितावताराय नमः. ॐ श्रीभूमिनाथस्थलोस्थिताय नमः. ॐ पराशरकुलोत्तंसाय नमः. ॐ सुन्दरार्यतपःफलाय नमः. ॐ कमनीयसुचारित्राय नमः. ॐ सहायाम्बा सहायवते नमः. ॐ शोणाचलमहोलीनमानसाय नमः. ॐ स्वर्णहस्तकाय नमः. ॐ श्रीमद्वादशान्तमहास्थले लब्धविद्योदयाय नमः. ॐ महाशक्तिनिपातेन प्रबुद्धाय नमः. ॐ परमार्थविदे नमः. ॐ तीव्राय नमः. ॐ पितृपदान्वेषिणे नमः. ॐ हिन्दुमौलिना पितृमते नमः. ॐ पितुरादेशतः शोणशैलं प्राप्ताय नमः. ॐ तपोमयाय नमः. ॐ उदासीनाय नमः. ॐ महायोगिने नमः. ॐ महोत्साहाय नमः. ॐ कुशाग्रतिये नमः. ॐ शान्तसङ्कल्पसंरम्भाय नमः. ॐ सुसन्दृशे नमः. ॐ सावित्रे नमः. ॐ स्थिराय नमः. ॐ तपक्षपितसर्वाङ्गाय नमः. ॐ फुल्लाम्बुजविलोचनाय नमः. चन्द्रिकासितहासश्रीमण्डिताननमण्डलाय नमः. ॐ चूतवाट्यां समासीनाय नमः. ॐ चूर्णिताखिलविभ्रमाय नमः. ॐ वेदवेदान्ततत्त्वज्ञाय नमः. ॐ चिन्मुद्रिणे नमः. ॐ त्रिगुणातिगाय नमः. ॐ विरूपाक्षगुहावासाय नमः. ॐ विराजितचलाकृतये नमः. ॐ उद्दीप्तनयनाय नमः. ॐ पूर्णाय नमः. ॐ रचिताचलताण्डवाय नमः. ॐ गम्भीराय नमः. ॐ परमाचार्याय नमः. ॐ सुप्रसन्नाय नमः. ॐ अभयप्रदाय नमः. ॐ दक्षिणस्य निधाय नमः. ॐ धीराय नमः. ॐ दक्षिणाभिमुखाय नमः. ॐ स्वराजे नमः. ॐ महर्षये नमः. ॐ भगवते नमः. ॐ ईड्याय नमः. ॐ भूमविद्याविशारदाय नमः. ॐ विमलाय नमः. ॐ दीर्घदर्शिने नमः. ॐ आप्ताय नमः. ॐ ऋजुमार्गप्रदर्शकाय नमः. ॐ समदृशे नमः. ॐ सत्यदृशे नमः. ॐ सत्याय नमः. ॐ प्रशान्ताय नमः. ॐ अमितविक्रमाय नमः. ॐ सुकुमाराय नमः. ॐ सदानन्दाय नमः. ॐ मृदुभाषिणे नमः. ॐ दयार्णवाय नमः. ॐ श्रीशोणाचलऋद्बोधस्कन्दाश्रमनिकेतनाय नमः. ॐ सद्दर्शनोपदेष्ट्रे नमः. ॐ सद्भक्तवृन्दपरिवृताय नमः. ॐ शमुनिभृङ्गेन सेविताङ्घ्रिसरोरुहाय नमः. ॐ गीतोपदेशसारादिग्रन्थसञ्चिन्नसंशयाय नमः। ॐ वर्णाश्रममतातीताय नमः। ॐ रसज्ञाय नमः। ॐ सौम्याय नमः। ॐ आत्मवते नमः। ॐ सर्वावलिमतस्थानाम् आराध्याय नमः। ॐ सर्वसद्गुणिने नमः। ॐ आत्मारामाय नमः। ॐ महाभागाय नमः। ॐ मातृमुक्तिविधायकाय नमः। ॐ विनताय नमः। ॐ विनुताय नमः। ॐ विप्राय नमः। ॐ मुनीन्द्राय नमः। ॐ पावकोज्ज्वलाय नमः। ॐ दर्शनातकसंहारिणे नमः। ॐ मौनेन स्वात्मबोधकाय नमः। ॐ ऋक्शान्तिकरसान्निध्याय नमः। ॐ स्मरणाद्बन्धमोचकाय नमः। ॐ अन्तस्तिमिरचण्डांशवे नमः। ॐ संसाराणवतारकाय नमः। ॐ शोणादिशस्तुतिद्रष्टे नमः। ॐ हार्दविद्याप्रकाशकाय नमः। ॐ अविच्युतनिजप्रज्ञाय नमः। ॐ नैसर्गिकमहातपसे नमः। ॐ कमण्डलुधराय नमः। ॐ शुभ्रकौपीनवसनाय नमः। ॐ बुधाय नमः। ॐ दण्डपाणये नमः। ॐ कृपापूर्णाय नमः। ॐ भवरोगविषग्वराय नमः। ॐ स्कन्दाय नमः। ॐ देवतमाय नमः। ॐ अमर्त्याय नमः। ॐ सेनान्ये नमः। ॐ पुरुषोत्तमाय नमः। ॐ श्रीरमण भगवते नमः। श्रीरमणाष्टोत्तरशतनामपूजां समर्पयामि। यस्थानोररुणाचलस्य पदयोः स्मृत्याजलिं प्राप्यत दिव्यानुग्रहसुप्रवाह विवशस्तादात्म्यभावं गतः निर्निश्च स्वगभीरनित्यतपसा लोकान् पुनस्यकराट् तस्मै श्रीरमणाय ते नमः लोकोत्तरज्योतिषे ॐ नमो भगवते श्रीरमणाय।
नमो 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 रमण सदाशिवप्रभावरण नमो महर्षि नमो महर्षि दर्शनसुखमङ्गलमुखसकलजीवहितसम्मुख ब्रह्मसङ्गिये नमो 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 रमण सदाशिवप्रभावरण नमो महर्षि नमो महर्षि सदा तुष्ट सदा हृष्ट सदा शिवानन्दपुष्ट परममहर्षि ब्रह्मनिष्ठ समदर्शी नमो 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 रमण सदाशिव प्रभावरण नमो महर्षि नमो महर्षि ನಮ್ಮ ಮನವದೊಂದು ಕಾಡು ನೀನರಿತಿಹೆ ಅದರ ಜಾಡು ಹಿತವನರಿತು ನೀಡುತೆಮ್ಮ ಕೊರೆಯ ತಣಿಸಲೈ ಬೇಡಲೆಂದು ಬಂದ ನಾವು ನೋಡಿಯೇ ತಣಿವೆವಯ್ಯ ಮೋಡಿಗಾರನೇ ಹಿತವ ನುಡಿದು ಪೊರೆ ನಮ್ಮನು ಬ್ರಹ್ಮ ಸಂಗಿಯೇ ನಮೋ 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 ರಮಣ ಸದಾಶಿವ ಪ್ರಭಾವರಣ ನಮೋ ಮಹರ್ಷಿ ನಮೋ ಮಹರ್ಷಿ ನಮೋ 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 ರಮಣ ಸದಾಶಿವ ಪ್ರಭಾವರಣ ನಮೋ ಮಹರ್ಷಿ नमो महर्षि। बोलो भगवान श्री रमण महर्षि की जय। Namo Ramana, everyone.
Namo Ramana Ujwal. Namo